At very high level, I told that the data engineer job role is get the data from the source and transform it and load it for the subsequent use. There are some minute activities that we are responsible for on top of that one. Okay, that is the very high level tasks, but on top of that, identifying the different source systems also fall under the data engineer responsibility. Very high level they will give that possibly you can able to extract the data from here, but the original requirement will come in such a way that we need to build the reporting platform for the for example, probably we can say HR system. HR system is basically capturing the all of the employees working for that organization. That will be the first level of requirement will come to you. So now we need to raise the questions. Okay, so what source system is capturing this data, and we got our own team. Okay, for example, we are working for the booking.com. The data analytics is a one separate team, and the HR system is managed by separate team. So initial discussions will come to our team saying that you need to build the reporting platform for the HR systems. There is a requirement from the high level management. That is what we discussing about it. So as a data engineer, when you are participating in those meetings, you need to ask some of the basic questions. Okay, so what systems are capturing the HR? Probably it can be the ERP or CRM system, or it can be inbuilt system developed for that specific company. Booking.com might be having their own system to capture the HR data. So who is the contact in the HR system? Because the managers or the high level people above the data engineers, they preferably ask us to coordinate with the actual source system people to get the credentials of connecting to their source system, and what type of mechanisms they allow us to connect to them. Okay, so in the initial meetings we need to aware at that level what is our source system and who is the people responsible for the source systems. Manager probably will ask us to check the connectivity is possible to us actually, because he can't able to confirm until we are saying that yes, we can able to connect to that source system, or at least we need to raise that the source system is in different network, we can't able to connect it. There is some intermediate layer need to be developed, or they need to push the data into the some common place where we can able to connect and they can able to connect. So that is also one of the responsibility of the data engineer. Mainly we will be involved in the discussions about the connecting to the data sources and identifying the data sources. They also ask us to analyze the data sources, because when you are reading the data from the source system, okay, and some data is getting truncated while ingesting or while transforming and while loading, that is our responsibility to answer it why the data is truncated. So the data possibly can be truncated because while reading it we are not reading it complete data, or while reading it the format that we are using is Unicode format to read the data, but the format will be different in the source system. It can't able to correlate with the way of our reading. Okay, some of the characters may come, some of the characters may get truncated. Okay, those type of things will happen. So as a data engineer we need to make sure that the reliability of the data that is coming into the data analytical platform. So usually there will be exercise to understand the data. They probably will provide sample of that data that we can see it, and there are any special characters included in the normal text that is in the Unicode format or in the different format. Those type of the tasks also the responsibility of the data engineer. And obviously connecting to the data sources, we need to make sure that we could able to connect to the data sources. Okay, and within the data engineering team we end up working with business analysts. They are the one bringing the first level of requirement. It will be in the plain English like building the reporting platform for ERP source system. Those type of the requirements the business analyst will be bringing it, and the data architects are the one designing the architecture. Probably the architecture that we have done here, this picture, giving this picture is the responsibility of the data architect, because choosing the technology in each of the layer and how these technologies will work together, all of those are the responsibilities of the data architect. Testers, they are the one testing the code that we have developed. Data analyst, I don't think I need to explain that one. They are the immediate users of the our data. Okay, for example, building the reporting platform on top of the data that we populate in data analytical platform. The data analytics will work on top of the data that we are building it in the final layer in the data analytics platform. And AI ML engineers, obviously that is the new type of the colleagues that we end up working with them. Okay, so just need to aware because some questions they try to test that you really worked in the projects. Okay, they might ask you actually who all are the team members in your team, who is your end users. Okay, we can say that the data analyst and AI ML engineers are our end users actually, because we are building the reporting platform for the data analyst to build the subsequent reports that will be used by the high level management in the same client. And understanding data transformations requirement, again, if something we can able to do in the data factory, we need to tell it. Okay, for example, the unstructured data that we discussed earlier, some of them we can't do in data factory, we need to tell it actually, because there is no necessary that it's take it for granted that we can use all of the technologies available inside the Azure cloud. It depending on the client budget and client agreement, so they are not immediately allow us to use the data breaks, because we can't able to do that one. You need to able to tell that this type of the data we can't able to process in the data factory. That is the limitation of the data factory. It is not something I lagging in my skill, it is the limitation of the data factory. So we need the other technologies need to process that type of the data. That's why you need to know what type of transformations you will be doing it at high level. Okay, not at very low level, because when talking about the requirements, everything will be in the high level. Even in the middle of the project, we say that data factory limitation, everybody need to accept that. If something is the limitation, we need to find out the workarounds. It's not blame that you can't able to do it. Okay, and asking right questions on the requirements, that is also we there's nothing right or nothing wrong, that is my opinion. Okay, depending on the people that we are working with, we will get screwed up or we will get help, but nothing right or nothing wrong as long as we know the technology. That's what my main objective for you. If you know the hands-on in this course, you know the technology that I can write it. Okay, the remaining things are in your hand. Absolutely, I can very clearly again and again tell you that there is no data engineering task going to be beyond the list of operations that we are doing it here. I can write it. Okay, you can able to cross check as well, because everything is available in the web at the moment. Actually, none of the operations that we have missed out here, and everything is hands on, everything is related to real time data as well. Okay, everything is there. So if you do the hands on, there is no way that people can judge that you do not know the technology. So once you get that confidence, this asking the right questions will come into your mind. Okay, you know that that is the limitation of the data factory. Even though any data factory developer will come and assess the other requirement, he is going to say the same thing. Nobody can able to say that I can able to do something impossible by data factory to do it. Okay, this is your own. Okay, this is not for the general requirement. You need to have the idea. Okay, but this also comes when you know the technology, the options available in the technology, then only you can able to formalize the requirements to code. Okay, how many sources we need, what type of connectivity we can establish, so what type of activity we can use. It will come by your depth knowledge of the specific technology. Okay, and unit testing, this is the one of them they will ask. We not only developing the code is our responsibility, we need to provide the evidence that it's working for these different scenarios. I think we discussing that while loading the dimension table load, some different scenarios we need to simulate it. Okay, for example, we are loading the pricing data. When you are in the real-time project, when you are developing it, you are not going to be given 1 year worth of the data in the day one while you are developing. You will be given 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 days worth of the data. You need to simulate all the possible scenarios to test your code. If a month worth of the data will come, how it will behave. In the first day, 10 transactions coming, that's next day. On top of that 10 transactions, 2 more transactions are coming. We need to pick up only those 2 transactions to load it. That's what we discussed about incremental loading and the change data capture. So all of those will fall under your responsibilities. That comes to the first layer. Okay, I think we have discussed so far only this layer. Okay, these many terminologies are there inside. I try to fit as much as possible inside the course, and again I'll give share these contents with you so that you can able to go through. It is not going to come in one day, okay, because I'm working in these terminologies for 22 years. When looking at it, it's simple to me. When you are looking at it today, probably in the next 4 weeks is going to be crucial for you, because we again and again reusing most of the terminologies here in the course. It's not only understanding the specific topic, okay, when you are reading the course, it's little difficult, unfortunately, okay. I think throughout our career, none of the time learning is fun for us. Actually, I don't think the last time the something learning for me fun is learning the Ponniyin Selvan novel. Nothing else was fun for me. Okay, so when you are going through subsequent layers of the course, you need to be able to relate it with the previous section as well. Okay, that's how we are building the real-time project as well. So all of the terminologies that we are discussing it here subsequently will appear. When it appear, if you started to relate it, that is where actually it is a spark. Okay, you got into the level that where you need to be, where I am expecting you need to be. Okay, not too difficult. Okay, not too difficult. Okay, everything I do not want to scare you at the same time as well. Okay. Okay, now we can go to the data analytics architecture. Probably I'll give one more pass here. Originally we planned for 2 hours of the course. I think first layer is so many terminologies. So I try to explain again to remind you all of the terminologies. This will be reasonably quicker because we will be seeing it again and again, these terminologies. So it should be fine. But probably I'll give one pause here to discuss any more subsequent questions from you guys.
Raghu, sorry again, Balaji here.
It's good.
Regarding, we discussed about the end users of our data, right?
Yeah.
So it is either AI or ML engineers. So we are building all the data, and it is the end. We call it as reporting database.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right?
Or a data lake. Okay. We are building two. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say if it is in the for this example, we can assume that as a relational database is the we have loaded into the relational database as a star schema.
Yeah.
So is it something both from that both the ML guys and the reporting can go can both of them can use the same database?
No.
As the
No. The answer is
Okay.
no. Answer is no. Okay. I'll try to explain again.
Okay.
I'll explain with where okay. This slide probably will be better. Okay. Okay. Hopefully it's not going to, it will run. Okay. I'm sorry, Valji. I'll try to explain it here itself. I thought, okay. Valji. The reporting requirements are limited. Okay. Reporting requirements always predefined. I want these type of monthly reports, these type of weekly reports, and all of these columns need to be available for ad hoc reports. Ad hoc reports is we don't have any requirement. I can randomly build this report with the columns available in the reporting database. Okay. That's all the reporting database requirements. It won't go beyond that one. Okay. But AI ML engineering it is a evolving thing. They do not have any fixed requirement at all, to be honest. They themselves do not know whether it will work, some specific requirement. Okay. For example, one of the data that we are bringing it here from the web service is prices of the products, very generally, roughly prices of the various products that is selling across the India and different markets. Okay. From this pricing data, the reporting requirement will be limited. Okay. In specific state, the specific product, how much is available in the specific month, or in which state I can able to get the cheaper price in the specific month for that specific product. Okay, those type of the requirements are clear, very limited. Okay, the reporting requirement. Okay, but AI ML guys need to predict what would be the price of this product in the next year. Okay, that is the general requirement of the AI and ML. They don't bother about what is happening at the moment. Okay, so first they think that, okay, this pricing information alone is not enough to predict the future price. Okay, this is just the current price. Okay, they need to identify what is the other factors will affect this price. Okay, for example, that's what we are bringing in this here as well. For example, in the demand and supply is the one of the main factor for the prices of the products. Okay, if the demand is too much, supply is low, obviously the price of the product will be high. One of the nature. Okay, I'm telling. Okay, it's not only predicting the price, it's one of the factor. Okay, so the AIML guy is saying that you bring the pricing information as well as the population of the prices captured in each of the city. Okay, that is the first information they are asking us to bring it. Okay, and we are trying to bring it into the data lake, and they are running their own algorithms. The algorithms is out of scope for us. Okay, we don't worry about it. And they find it out that they couldn't able to find any huge difference. Only in here and there it's working perfectly, and here and there it's not working perfectly. I think we need to find some other factors. Okay, so they are saying that probably you try to bring the weather information along with these two information, and we try to run our algorithms. Okay, and they are including weather information and the demand and supply information. They are equally giving the priority to both of them. 50% for demand and supply, 50% for weather, and they are running algorithms, and they are saying that now it is reasonably better. Okay, the prediction is reasonably better. Then probably that stops there, or otherwise they can ask some additional data. Okay, so these type of the flexibility, first of all, not there in the reporting database. Reporting database is defined for defined requirement. It's not for the very frequently changing requirement. When I meant frequently changing means in a week time these requirements are changing. Okay, reporting database also support for some changing requirements, for example including new columns or new attributes, but it won't able to, in the fact table we can't able to absolutely bring the different granularity data all of a sudden, right? Balji, at very high.
Yeah, the volume of data is, I understood that for ML and AI it will be more.
Yeah.
But can we call that for the reporting database we just need a subset of
No,
data?
in other way you can call it, Valji, but the reporting database never going to have data required for AI and ML. But data lake can have the data for reporting requirement as well as AI and ML, because data lake has got everything.
Yeah. Okay, so either we can, if we use the Power BI, we can connect to the data lake and we can form the data modeling within the Power BI, and we can restrict and play.
Absolutely possible. Yes. Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Good.